Hey, I'm Erik and I'm sitting here today with Marika and we want to talk about cacao, of course, today. And we want to share a bit more about everything that is in a fresh and raw cacao food and about two beautiful products that we make from it. So yeah, Marika, we've already been friends for quite a while.
We have.
We know each other through, the Leonie, of course. And you work with cacao a long time already.
8 or 9 years now.
Yeah.
Quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show this. So you've seen this, but most people might not have seen it. It's a fruit that grows in the Amazon and grows around the equator in tropical countries on the tree, on the stem of the tree. And this is the peel around it. This is not a real cacao fruit, but it looks very genuine actually.
But this is a real one, but this is dried, so there's no color anymore and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
you see the lines here,
Yeah.
and you see like the point, and this is where it was attached to the tree. And then when you open this pod, then there's something really amazing inside. This is
the fruit.
the fruit.
Right?
Yeah.
So what you see here is, of course, this is a super nice model of it, of the fruit with the fresh pulp around it. And then inside there are the seeds, which are the cacao beans, basically. Which here we have also the dried cacao beans. You might have seen them before. But the pulp around, the fresh fruit, basically, is super delicious.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's just so weird that that's not what we're using in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just draining into the soil. It's a pity.
Yeah, because what happens after the harvest, the cacao fruits are harvested together. They're harvested by hand, and then they are opened to ferment the seeds, the beans, right?
Yeah.
For taste development and for different processes before the beans are dried. So then the fruity flesh, it's super rich in sugars and flavors and very tropical vibes, is then used for the fermentation, basically.
Absolutely.
But then still a lot of it remains.
Yeah. So and that's actually why I'm here, and as in like I want to show a little bit about this product that I make from that delicious flesh, the cacao fruit. It's Pacha de Cacao, and that's my brand, my company, my product.
Yeah. So in this bottle is the juice that comes from the fruity flesh, which is around the seeds, basically.
Yeah, and it's only that. So it's 100% natural. There's nothing added to it, no added sugar to it. It is what it is, pure nature, really.
Yeah. And I know the taste very well from traveling and visiting, of course, many cacao farms and places. And you're very lucky if you're hiking in the jungle somewhere and you find or you encounter a cacao tree and it has fresh fruits on it, that you open it and you can chew the flesh, and it's very kind of revitalizing, I would say.
Yeah.
Very energizing. But then when you open the cacao pod, it starts fermenting quite soon because of course the humid warm climate and all the sugars inside. So it's very difficult to get this out. So it's not just that you can basically tap it out and then you can put it in a bottle, right?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if that was the case, then I'm sure we would already know about this drink. One of the reasons why this hasn't been done before is because that's quite a complicated process, and it requires a lot of logistics on the field and a lot of like strict timing, and of course also the processing, because the beans, we have beans in here,
Yeah.
So the beans have they're very delicate, and we don't want to like damage or destroy the beans. So of course it's not something we can just throw into a blender with that pulp and then put it in a bottle and that's it. No, so you have to find also a way, first of all, to get it to a factory in a timely way, and then to separate one and the other from each other, and that's quite a thing.
Yeah, nice. And I think you managed very well. I drink it recently very often, actually. It's super nice, like energizing drink I often drink it in the afternoon.
Yeah, when you're retired and you need a pick me up,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah. Indeed, so indeed, so there's basically two types of cacao drinks that I now drink. One from the seeds, from the beans, and one from the flesh, and it's a nice kind of fresh energy that I get.
Actually, it's nice to drink this in the morning
Yes.
and then this in the afternoon after lunch, and you're a bit like drained. Then that's a good combination.
It is, yeah, it is. It's funny indeed, and then you have the whole fruit that you. Use.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it's nice to show together like all the things that can be made from a cacao fruit. Because so what are the nice? Because I know a lot of the about all the healthy nutrients that are packed inside cacao beans and the seeds, that we also have for the drinks, but in the juice also has healthy things in it, right?
In some things it's similar to cacao beans, and in some things it's really different. So it's really like a fruit, and the beans are a seed. So that already gives a different idea. But the fruit, the pulp that we use for making this drink is like it has natural sugars, like what you say, and there's water inside, there's fibers inside. There's also magnesium inside, which is good for your energy and your muscles, and like your rebuilding if you're after you're sick or after a workout or something. It's really good to have magnesium. Magnesium is also something that vegetarians and vegans like to take as supplements to like give them a boost. But also potassium, which is kalium actually, and that's also in bananas. There's all kinds of vitamins in there. Vitamin B1 is the most particular one, and B1 is a vitamin that's quite unique to taste it in fruit, to have it in fruit, because B1 usually comes in like grains and fish and like these kinds of products. And so if you're a vegetarian, then you don't have fish, probably don't eat fish. And then, that's something that you would like in your diet. So those are the most important ones, and there's a bunch of other stuff. Something that is really special about the beans, though, is the theobromine.
Yeah.
And it's also inside the pulp, but the production from getting it into the bottle, basically, it reduces the amount of theobromine, unfortunately.
And I can also imagine that the concentration is just a lot higher in the seeds, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe something you should explain what theobromine is.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because we're drinking here also another drink, and if you know what we do already, then you probably know about it. It's from pure cacao, and this is a drink that is traditionally inspired, basically, of the finely ground cacao seeds, so what we just talked about, and then blend it into a drink with hot water, or you can also make it with oat milk, for example, any kind of liquid that you like. And then if you froth it up, froth it nicely so that it gets like bubbly and everything, then it is the best.
You've done a good job here.
This one is nice.
And it's it's indeed it's also really good for your focus. I like to drink this in the morning, very early in the morning when I wake up. Instead of coffee, then I drink cacao. And funny is that I never used to drink it, although I've been working in this industry for several years, but I always thought like, it's not really my flavor, it's a bit too bitter and astringent for me. And it still is a little bit. It's something you have to get acquired to the taste, right? But when COVID hit, I couldn't travel anymore. Nobody could. So we're all stuck here. And for me, I was looking for a way to get this connection again with the farm, with the land, with the trees and the farmers and the cacao fruit. So I found this in your drink, actually.
It's super nice. Happy to hear so indeed. So as you mentioned, good to explain a little bit about what is inside this cacao drink. So as I said, this is made from the cacao beans, and in there it's packed with a lot of nutrients. And one very interesting substance is theobromine, and theobromine is a mild stimulant. It increases your heart rate and also is a vasodilator, so it dilutes your blood vessels, increasing the blood flow throughout your body. So it works more on your cardiovascular system than on your nervous system. You can get a very nice, mild, long, sustained energy from it, but less of a peak and a dip. For example, compared to caffeine from coffee, which has a different kind of energy. So it increases the blood flow throughout your body, but also to your brain. Like they found in a study that it's about 10 to 30% increased blood flow for adults to your brain, which is, I think, quite impressive. It's quite a lot. And you can notice a nice effect from it as well, because it has also a very mild effect on different neurotransmitters. It can give a very warm effect to your body. It can also help you to get like into a bubble of focus. As you said, it's very nice to use it or to drink it in the morning. And to work on something. That's how I often use it. But as a morning ritual that I make it and then use it. And,
how much would you recommend to drink per day? As in, like, what's the maximum?
I think the most important is to check in with yourself. What is a nice dose for you as well? Because this is just different per person. We all have unique bodies. And I often make a cacao drink with about 20 grams of pure cacao. So that's 100% cacao. There's no sugars, nothing added to it, and nothing extracted from it. That's a dose I like a lot. But you can also drink a bit more or a bit less, and it's very safe to drink daily. But I would always recommend to things that have an effect on you, whether it's coffee, cacao, or anything, to also take some pauses from it and to really feel that you can also feel the difference. And it's nice to you build a bit of a relationship with it, I would say, and you build a relation with your food, and in that sense you can notice the way that it serves you the best, or and when not also. So it's a bit of a trained sensitivity. I think it's also nice.
Actually, with all food, of course, you can, like, it's good to think, like, what does it do to me? You know, does my body like this, and what effect does it have on me? Obviously, a lot of people drink a lot of coffee, and we don't really think about the effect that has on us, which is quite strong. But cacao is very much more mild, although it tastes a bit strong, right? And we're not so used to this flavor, but the effect is much softer than coffee is. So exactly. I can imagine a lot of people replace cacao with coffee. I also do that, actually.
We hear that a lot, and more people do that. I think it's interesting. Indeed. Enough about that as well. And I mean, we just also talked about that this has, of course, a more intense bitter taste, like the full chocolatey taste that you have, and Pacha tastes very fruity, tropical.